Welcome back, everybody, to the morning after. I am sitting looking at the most beautiful man besides my
Oh,
husband. Oh,
wow.
the backwards hat. It's vibe. I like it.
It is?
Yeah. I love a backwards hat though. Like I
I
just
do
think that's
too.
for
I'm
some
here for
reason I find it very sexy, like on men. Like the backwards hat vibe, I'm just in.
it. I like it too.
What about
Yeah.
how do you feel about it on girls? Because I tend to wear a backwards hat a lot.
Well, I think that you're very athletic, and so I like it. It's a thing. But my problem now is that my daughter, I wear my hat backwards a lot, and now my daughter will try to throw hers on backwards, and she looks a little,
She
street.
looks fantastic because she looks adorable. Because the last
Yes.
time I was with you, she had a backwards hat on, and that is totally my gig. Do you remember when Matthew used to get like shit for wearing a backwards hat because it wasn't professional? Do you remember this?
I just only remember that Matthew pretty much wore one hat his entirety in Detroit, and it was usually an
Ooh.
Old English D,
Yep.
like a tiger hat, and like
Uh
that's what
huh.
I remember. Same hat
Same
constantly.
hat. Smelled
Yeah,
like shit. Couldn't even
yeah.
wash it. He wouldn't let me wash it. No, he did. He got new ones, but still.
Yeah.
It was really that's I find it really funny though because it was I remember it happening where they were like, "Look at this guy. He's so unprofessional with his hat backwards." And I was going, "What is happening?" Meanwhile, I'm thinking hat backwards, one, sexy, two, easy access to the lips. You got a hat on, it's tough. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
to
yeah. I
kiss
didn't think
someone,
about
that's tough.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, you know what? In my mind, I'm going, he wears it backwards for me because I find it sexy and I have easy access. You know what I mean?
I usually wear it backwards if I'm like really just trying to keep my hair out of my face. Like right now, I'm
Mm.
growing it out a little bit, Matthew
Look,
style.
I like it. Ooh, I really like it.
It's
You kind
getting
of got
annoying.
the twins mohawk vibe when they were little going on.
Yeah, well, remember when you posted those pictures of me in COVID when I had like the flippy flips?
Oh
Judge was like,
yeah.
I really liked your hair like that. And I'm like, you
Ooh.
did? And then Sam's like, you can't grow your hair like that right now because you're fat and you got chubby cheeks and then you'll look like you have a gigantic head. So I'm in the process of just growing it out with the hope that by the time it is grown out, that I'll have dropped a few lbs.
Okay,
So
first of all, you're not fat. Second of all, we do all need a friend like Sam who does keep it really real.
he keeps it super real.
I'm intrigued on asking him about what he thinks, I don't know, about anything I'm doing. I'm
Ask
sure
him
he would have had a
anything. He is brutal, and he would be with you because you two have that like kind of relationship.
yeah, we're like brother sister. I know.
Yeah,
Well, I would tell him a thing or two too. So don't think I would shy
I
away.
think you have. I think you both have to each other.
I know it's the reason I
It's,
love him.
it's fun.
Um,
Get
it's
me up to
clearly
date. What's your week been like? What have you been doing? We haven't really talked that much, so
I know
I need updated by the people too.
my week is hell. My week has been hell. My last
Why?
7 days. Well, let's just start with the fact, well, it's bye week, so that's very exciting.
Oh
Like
yeah.
yeah, I'm very happy it's bye week. We're going to Napa for the first time. Neither of us have ever been. So we're excited to go do that. I'm looking forward to that. I have really, really struggled with my girls the past 7 days. Like I am at my wits' end. And I am that parent that I don't want to be right now. Do you know what I mean?
What was the coaching thing that you were upset about?
Oh my God. Well, okay, here's the thing. With the with the sports situation, I am sitting here. I have 3 kids on the team. There's only 5 kids on the field at a time. So when all 3 of mine are in the game, I am trying to yell, not what, yeah, you yell because that's the only way your kids can hear you, but really positive, encouraging things, right? Well,
Okay.
turns out like then I'm yelling the whole time because I have 3 kids out there. Like anytime one of mine touches the ball, I'm like, all right, Chandler, good job. Oh yeah, Hunter. I'm just like constantly yelling. It was never anything bad, but I just felt like I was like, I am over, like, this is too much. And
Yeah.
then when I decided to be quiet, I was like, all right, I'm going to try and be quiet. I'm trying just not say anything. Chandler came over and was like, are you even watching? Because she
Oh.
didn't hear me. Then I'm like,
Ah.
I don't know what to do. I'm stuck in this like weird, they're so
Yeah.
used to me yelling now that I'm not. They're like, she's not paying attention.
Yeah.
But it was exhausting. And then at the end of the game, we lost 1-0. And at the end of the game, my two older ones, like they shook hands or whatever. And then, the parents do this tunnel thing. Do y'all do that at your rec soccer?
No, but I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay, so we do this tunnel thing. Well, my kids decided to get an attitude and go sit down while their whole team is running around, with all the parents like running in the tunnel because they were mad that they lost. I'm fine that you're mad that you lost. I really am, because I think, you know what? Good. You should be mad that you lost. But that's not the time to show it. Like
Yeah.
I put them in the car and I was like, I'm very upset with you that was the way you responded to losing. I said, you're going to lose. Look at your dad right now. 1-4. He's lost 4 football games like this, but you never see him get upset on the sideline. You never see him get upset and not shake hands or not be part of the post-game experience. I said, you can be mad. Wait till you get to the car. You can scream your head off. I don't care what you do, but you need to wait till you get to the car. But it was just like, I was exhausted by the end of the game. And then they pulled that and I'm going, oh my God, I just hate having the kids with the attitudes. Do you know what I'm saying?
And then do you ever think too, like that was so much energy for an hour of play and not one goal was scored by
Not one
and
fucking
at least
goal.
if it was like a nail biter, I'd be like, wow, that was really great. Like it was worth all the cheering and the applause. You didn't even get one goal to celebrate.
I didn't, not one goal. And you know what?
Nothing.
I will say that might be why they were frustrated. They got a few shots, which I was like, listen, they'll fall. Like, y'all are fine, whatever. But holy hell, kids' sports are tough to watch.
Just kids are tough, period, to
I
watch.
know.
Doing anything.
So
It's just all
and
tough.
speaking of kids, I'm having one interrupt me right now.
That's probably
Right.
you're probably around dinner time there now, right? Or did the kids already eat dinner? Because it's almost 9 here. So
Yes. So
okay.
they just got done with soccer. I come home earlier than them so I can sit down with you.
Yeah.
But they just got done with soccer practice. And I again, it's like it's just like the tears in the middle of practice. And I'm going, why are we crying? Like,
Yeah.
what is going on? Suck it the fuck up.
I don't know how
I'm
you do it.
sorry.
I just don't know how you do it with 4 because right now I'm teetering with 1 and I just don't know how you do 4. I don't know. I really don't.
I do think you have it tough though, because when you only have one, they like need your attention more.
Yeah.
Like when you have 4, it's kind of like, well, you could give attention, but really they entertain each other. So you really
Yeah,
don't
you can
have
lock them in
to.
a room. Yeah.
But I mean, even just like the putting on 4 sets of cleats, 4 shin guards
It's
before the
so
soccer games.
much.
Like it's almost like the winter coats in Michigan that you had to put on your kids.
Horrible.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Horrible. I'm so not looking forward to it. That just knocked the wind out of my sails.
It's the perfect time for this ad because I literally just received my Haya shipment yesterday to refill all their bottles. And they actually love refilling their little bottles that they decorated. But what is Haya? They are kids' vitamins. They are basically supercharged kids vitamins, because most kids vitamins are candy in disguise with all this dang sugar and gummy and all that crap. But Haya fills in the most common gaps in modern children's diets, which we all know our kids have gaps in their diets because we even have gaps in our diets. It's formulated with the help of nutritional experts. Haya is pressed with a blend of 12 organic fruits and veggies and supercharged with 15 essential vitamins and minerals, including vitamin B, B12, C, zinc, folate, and many others to help support immunity, energy, brain function, mood, concentration, teeth, bones, and more. Woo, the list goes on and on. So we've worked out a special deal with Haya for their best-selling children's vitamin. Receive 50% off your first order. To claim that deal, you must go to hayahealth.com/morning. This deal is not available on their regular website. Go to HIYAHEALTH.com/morning and get your kids the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults.
Speaking of which,
Yes, speaking of
what
weather.
people are really dealing with in Florida, first of all, North Carolina, Alabama, all those states that just went through what they went through.
No.
And now, you've got family. Well, your brother's in Jacksonville, which is not a direct hit, but they're still going to deal with a lot of storm surge.
Yeah. I mean, you pray everyone evacuated who had evacuations in order. And again, the hall heaven that I speak a lot about, where I've made so many memories growing up is right in the path and it's on the beach. So
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to be standing after that. That's going to be, again, but there's no bodies in that house. So that's a good thing. Like it's an empty house. You pray that, well, I was talking to somebody, I don't remember who it was. I was like, I want to pray for like the downgrade of the hurricane. But I guess if you like, I know it was at a level 4, now it's back to a level 5. But if it downgrades, then it spreads out. So then the impact is wider. It might not be as aggressive of an
Mm-hmm.
impact, but it's still going to impact more people. So it's like, what do you want? Do you want like it to just stay category 5 and just, unfortunately, I mean, like you don't even want to think that way, but at this point,
Yeah.
I just pray everyone got out. And you know what? I really hope that we can all band together after it's said and done and send a lot of relief that way because they're going to need it. I mean,
Yeah, I reached out to my former in-laws because Jeff
oh yeah,
is
that's
out of
right.
the country right now traveling, and his parents live in the Sarasota, Venice area, and they're staying put. And so is his sister, who lives about a half an hour south.
Wait,
And
and tell people because I don't know. Is Sarasota on the Gulf side?
Sarasota is like an hour south of Tampa. It is like
Mm.
the ground zero for the storm surge.
Why are they
They're
staying?
a little inland. They're probably like a mile inland, and they also have like the generator, the hurricane shutters, the whole thing. I think they were like kind of weighing their options
Oh my
regarding
gosh.
traveling out of state. You know, they're seniors, and I think they were worried they were going to get stuck in the traffic. 75 is a
A parking
parking
lot.
lot, and people have been running out of gas. I mean, there's people who are like putting up tents on the side of the road because their car ran out of gas. I mean,
Uh,
it is stuff that I can't even imagine. So I'm trying to stay in touch with him, even though he's traveling right now. I felt like this like parental need to just send them a message, just like, you know, even if it's for Emma or for him. I mean, they were such a part of my life for so many years. I still obviously have a great deal of care for them, and I want them to
yeah.
be okay.
So
But
I like it scares me that they stayed, but I mean you do have to weigh your options. Like if I mean, I could only imagine getting out there and getting stuck on 75 and not having the essentials, a bathroom, food, water. I mean, there's the list goes on and on. I will say a big prayer for them. That's really
yeah, it's
tough.
really scary stuff. And I did some stories today on Local 4 about, you know, hurricane relief, and it's all on our website because I do not want people giving to charity. This it sickens me that people
It's
create fake
sickening.
websites and fake GoFundMe's and all of this stuff. And so I put together a resource page. But I mean, really, bottom line is the people who are doing the great work already on the ground, the Red Cross, the
Yeah.
Salvation Army, the
Yeah.
United Way. Let's forget about all this fighting about who's calling who's helping who, what FEMA said, what Kamala said, what Trump said. Who cares? These are
Who
real
cares?
people who need help. So if you
Yeah.
have even $5, something would, you know, help somebody somewhere. So
Yes. And I know
yeah,
this is going to drop after this hurricane hits. I think it's the day
I think it
after
hits on Thursday morning, early
it
Thursday
does.
morning or Wednesday night. So
Well, if you can, guys, say a prayer too, because I always think that helps. But also, if you can give in any way, like Hank said, they have stuff on their website. Make sure it's not a scam because that's horrible.
horrible.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of scams, sorry, we're going from
What?
serious
Did you
to
get
not as
taken?
serious. I got
What?
scammed
What are you talking about?
for their Halloween costumes.
How? You
Etsy.
Oh, see, Etsy scares me. I don't understand it. Is
Oh,
Etsy just like somebody's grandma knitting like kangaroos and then she sells them?
yes, but
But so
listen,
how do you
because they have good reviews, right? You don't shop with an Etsy person that has a 1-star review because most likely you're not going to get anything. This person had a 5-star review until a month ago. I ordered their stuff a month and a half ago.
but how do you know the reviews are real? Because like right now when this drops,
Because
we're
they
on day
show
two of
they like
Prime Day, and those
yeah, that's
scare me
true.
too.
But they like the reviews usually post like the outfits
What were
that they
you
were seeing.
ordering?
I'm not saying I can't tell them the costume.
Oh, okay. So they don't wait,
They
They don't pick out their costume?
no, they do, but I'm not telling the audience.
Oh,
That's
okay,
the
okay, I
that's the
get it.
reveal
Okay,
in
okay,
itself.
okay,
Well,
okay.
we've had to, do something different because of the fact that I got scammed. By the way, not they weren't I should have maybe known. They weren't like crazy expensive,
Oh, yeah,
but they weren't cheap. So I was like, okay, this feels legit. This is a night. Like I feel like this is a steal.
yeah.
Turns out I was getting stolen from.
Now, here's my question: will
Yeah.
your kids, throughout the entire Halloween, what I refer to as a cycle, because by the time Halloween comes, we have worn 5 costumes. Because
Oh,
there's been 5 different events. There's the trunk or
no.
treat. There's the boo in the park. There's the school parade. There's the actual Halloween night. Do they get one and done costume, or do they get multiple? Well, if you had to buy multiple, that'd be like 25 costumes.
Yeah, I'm not into the multiple. I'll
They
give
get
them like
one.
yeah, they get one. Now, they probably won't wear it until Halloween. But like
How do
if
you
they have
avoid all the other crap?
I don't have all that other crap. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I guess we
Honey,
have like
your
a
kids go to public
neighborhood.
school now. There's a trunk or treat coming down the aisle somewhere
There's
in.
a trunk or treat, but I think what we'll do is we'll just wear like Halloween dresses. I don't know. No, we're not wearing costumes. And if we wear costumes, it'll be like the 5.99 from Target, go get, throw on situation. All right, guys, who ever picked up one of your nieces or nephews or one of your friends' kid and be like, dang, these clothes are so soft? Well, my guess is they're Posh Peanut. And I love Posh Peanut for so many different reasons. One, they're soft. Two, they are so tough. They last so long and seem to grow with your child. So we're always constantly buying these new clothes when our children grow. But with Posh Peanut, I haven't had to buy as many clothes, as many pajamas because they just tend to grow with them. So like right now, Tyler's literally probably in a 5T and wearing still her 3T pajamas. I mean, they last. And I have even passed Posh Peanut clothes down. I love it so much too. They do the matching like family pajamas, which is so fun. I love that stuff. So right now, Posh Peanut is offering our listeners 20% off your first order with promo code Kelly. Go to poshpeanut.com/Kelly and use the promo code Kelly for 20% off your first order. That's poshpeanut.com/Kelly, promo code Kelly. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I've been. Do you remember when you lived here? There used to be these Spirit Halloween stores.
Yeah, they're
Do you
still
remember?
here. We
Do
have
you
some
guys?
of these.
Do you have them in California?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
do they?
Although people go to like real costume shops here, like from the movies and shit.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't,
exactly. Like
yeah,
you,
I
you
didn't know those
can't like go to a
existed.
party in LA because somebody's literally dressing up like they're wearing the actual R2D2 costume rather than like.
Not even kidding. They rent. It's like all these costume places from movies. They rent their costumes for Halloween, and so you rent it for an absurd price, and then you return it. I
What would
walked
you? Can you
in.
think of something that you'd want like a costume?
Me? No, I don't do
Yeah,
Halloween. You know this.
like
Although we're throwing the team Halloween party, but when
you know
we
what
do
I think
that,
you'd look. You know what I think you'd look. You could pull off.
what?
Well, I told this to Kiki because I said, won't it be fun? Because I'm coming to LA next week. You know, we have a show
Yeah,
in Los
let's
Angeles,
go.
the City of Angels.
Uh-huh.
We have that on October
19th,
19th.
3 p.m.
Tickets are still available, 3 in the afternoon. Great little happy hour. They're still live tickets, so that's exciting.
Come on,
I
LA.
I said, come on, LA, don't disappoint.
Don't
I
disappoint
was
us.
saying that it would be fun if you and I picked each other's Halloween costume, but we're just
Oh.
not going to have time for that. But I have 2 that I want to see you in.
What? Well, I have two that I don't have two. Okay, go ahead. Tell me what you
I
think.
think you could really pull off Britney Spears' Toxic video.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
know? You know what she's wearing in
Thank
that
you.
video?
I
She's
appreciate
the
that.
flight attendant. She's the flight attendant.
Ah, yes. Okay, I
Judge, do you
like
know what I'm
that.
talking about? Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about.
I
I
like that.
also thought, which you're not going to remember this, and you don't like her, but the Madonna Blonde Ambition, where she has the blonde long ponytail and the cone bra, like it was very like. Do you know?
Yes, I
No.
know what you're talking about. The problem is though, is that requires me to like figure out the outfit or make the outfit. And I'm not doing that, nor do I have the time to figure it all out. Like I need the Mr. Potato Head blow up situation. In fact, Matthew and I were trying to figure out a Halloween costume for the party. And listen, I tell him all the time, like,
Are you having a Halloween party?
yeah, we're throwing the team party.
Oh yeah, that.
Yes. And so, but I always say, like, listen, we're throwing the party. Like, I'm not.
That.
Oh, oh, yeah. She looks great.
Yeah.
He's showing me the toxic Britney
Now,
Spears.
have you guys thrown a
Wait,
team party before yet in LA? Is this the first one?
we have not thrown a Halloween. We've thrown like a making the team 1 year, and that's really
Oh,
about
well,
it.
this is great because this was a big tradition of yours in Detroit.
This
So I think
what?
this is great that you're doing. Yeah, this is great.
Yes. And we always had the worst costumes because you know what? Our time and energy is doing the party.
Right.
So this year, and like, I don't want to be sexy on Halloween. I want to cover up. I want to have a good time. I don't want to have to get my makeup done. I just want to show up, eat good food, drink good alcohol, and dance. That's all I want to do. So this year, Matthew was like trying to get me to be something sexy. And I was like, this is not, no, it's not happening. I go, this is
Yeah.
what we're going to do. You're going to be messy, right? My soccer player. And I'm going to be,
Oh, messy. I thought you meant like Linus from Pigpen.
I'm so sorry. No. Messy or who's Beckham? Well, at first he was like, I'll be
Oh.
Beckham, you can be Posh. And I was like, nope, requires too much. You can be Beckham, I'll be a soccer ball. Like, there is. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I need to show you my soccer. I already ordered it. It's gonna be great. But again, like me being, I don't want to be sexy. I don't.
I
I
remember
really
when you
don't.
guys were tennis players, and were you a tennis ball?
No, I was not. He was the ball boy. I was a tennis player, and my girls were the tennis balls. Hold
Okay.
on, the twins. Are you ready for my Halloween costume?
Yeah.
I need a drum roll.
Okay. No. No. Absolutely not.
Yes.
No, you look
Yes.
like one of those things in either a hamster cage or one of
Don't
those
care.
things that like you roll down a hill in, like
Yep.
one of those
Wait.
things.
It's gonna be so great. I'm gonna be
Wow.
so comfortable. And
How
you
are
know
you
what?
gonna hug anybody?
I-
Well, then maybe
it-
that's the point.
why do I need to hug people? I'll give them a high five. Here you go. I can eat whatever I want. Nothing is going to show here. It's so great. So
Are you doing like a whole setup like in the back, or are you having this indoors, or how are you gonna
it'll
do
be
it?
indoor and outdoor because you know LA weather is
Yes,
pretty nice
indoor,
right now.
outdoor.
So
That's so
indoor,
nice.
outdoor, it'll be great. But I'm very upset about the scam with my girls. Like I know that I don't know. The costumes were gonna be great. I still think they're gonna be great. I think for you, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You should be, or no, Emma should be the icebox. Do you know Little Giants?
No,
Oh my god. And you should be the O'Shea brothers, you and Judge.
I don't know anything you're talking about.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, I hope this audience is very upset because how do you not know what Little Giants is? And Icebox, it's Emma. Oh my
Little
gosh.
Giants. No.
Okay,
The
hold
problem
on.
is that she tells me all the things she wants to be, and I've never heard of any of them, so I have no idea what she's talking about. So, Little
Well,
Giants.
her name's
Oh, they're
Becky.
cute.
She's adorable. But she's like
Yeah.
a football cheerleader.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, here we go. This you remind me of the backwards hat.
Oh, yeah. How do you know about this movie? It's from 1994. You weren't even alive.
Yes, I was. I was 89. That's
Oh.
like right in my era, right up my, you know.
You're Taylor Swift. Are you and Taylor Swift the same age?
Yes.
I had no idea.
She's old like me in the football world.
Wow.
I know, crazy, crazy. You guys know I chop my hair, but I'm loving my hair right now. The growth of it, the thickness. And to be honest, I started taking Nutriful probably, maybe like almost 3 years ago now. And I seriously credit them for the health and the thickness of my hair. It is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1 million people. See thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrifol. That is me. I seriously saw the thickness come in, and it has not gone away, which I really do love. Everyone's root causes of hair thinning are different. So Nutrifol has multiple formulas that are tailored to give your hair what it needs to grow throughout the different stages. such as postpartum and menopause, which honestly, the postpartum was really tough for me. So get results you can run your fingers through. For a limited time, Nutriful is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutriful.com and enter the promo code Morning After. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutriful for healthier hair. Nutriful.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code Morning After. That's Nutriful.com, promo code Morning After. Okay. Also, I have an It's a Lot, and it's kind of to do with parenting, like what I had already talked about. But this morning I like called Matthew almost in tears because this morning my kids had a math test and I am doing my best to review for the math test. And have you seen those Instagrams where it's like the mom's trying to teach, she's like, all right, if you have 5 pumpkins and I add 5 more pumpkins, how that means you make 10, right? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, okay, so if you have 5 pencils and you add 5 pencils, how many pencils do you have? And they're like, 37. And you're like, what? Have you seen those Instagrams?
No, because I think my Instagram algorithm and yours is different.
Okay,
I think
well,
you use Instagram for things like that. Mine is all Madonna, Britney, and real estate. That's
okay.
it.
Well, this is
Yeah.
what mine entails because I feel like I'm trying to find parents like me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to review for this math test. I lose my shit because I'm like, I don't understand how you don't understand. We've gone over this 9,000 times. I can't do any more for you. You're just going to have to go take the test and see what happens. Like, I'm done. I literally was like, I'm done. Can't do it anymore. Well, I'm
And this
driving
is second grade.
second grade. Like, what am I doing? It's not that fucking serious. I should have just been like, listen, you're good. Do your best. You're fine. But it just, you get like this, like, I got just fed up with it.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to drop them off at school, which is obviously just down the hill. And we're getting out. Chandler doesn't have her book bag. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? I didn't say that, but I was like, what are you doing? She was like, I'm so sorry. I was so concentrated on math that I forgot my book bag. And I was like, get in the car. I'm taking your sisters in. I'll be back to handle you. But like, I led them into school with just like a horrible thought about themselves. I feel like that they didn't get it, that they weren't going to do well.
Mm-hmm.
And so thank goodness David came down with a backpack. He saw it and was like, I guess brought it down. And so Chandler's walking towards me and I had to take a deep breath and be like, what am I doing to my kids right now? And I told her, I was like, girl, I'm so sorry. Mom had a really tough morning with you guys. Like, all you can do is do your best here. It's all I can ask. You know what? You're brilliant. You're going to do great. And if you don't, that's okay. It's second grade. I go, listen, grades don't matter until 9th grade. So who cares?
Oh God, don't say that.
Well, it's not like they get it anyways. And then I had to call Sawyer out of class. So the principal called the teacher to let Sawyer come to the front office so I could apologize to her. Because I was like, I can't let her go on with her day feeling probably the way she was feeling. I had a really tough morning. I felt horrible. No chance. I feel like if I didn't stop and like pull them and talk to them, they would have gone into that test being like, I know nothing. And they probably would have gotten a 0. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Listen, that apology also probably made you feel a lot better too, because you just felt riddled with guilt. But I was literally just telling this to Judge before we started this. And I think my quote was, having kids is really hard.
It's hard.
It's hard. And the reason I think it's so hard is because we and so many of the families and parents we meet, especially during these live shows, or people who just stop me on the street and they're so nice, we care. You don't want to screw it up.
I know.
You just don't want to screw it up. It's the most important job any of us have. And so because we care so much and because you cared so much, you just, it sits with you.
And
it just sits with you.
It does. And it turns out, like, to be honest, I feel like I'm fucking up all the time because I also feel like we put so much pressure on ourselves to just be perfect and to have the perfect kids when really, like, I want my kids to fuck up because if they don't fuck up now, how are they going to learn?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I need them to make mistakes, but I feel like I'm also so hard on them when they make mistakes that they're terrified to make mistakes. So I've talked to Matthew about it. Like, he's, as I've always said, like, he is so just like intuitive about this stuff. Like we sit
Yeah.
down, we have this long conversation, but like I texted him this morning. I was like, I fucking lost it this morning. He wasn't there. I lost it. Like it's just, one of those things. But
Yeah.
you know what? You don't want to be the Menendez brothers. Because goodness gracious, if you treat your kids too poorly, they might fucking shoot you with a shotgun.
Well, I mean, and
That whole story
that's
is
just
crazy.
that's just a few miles away from you.
I
But those
know. Have
Menendez
you watched the
brothers.
documentary
Uh,
or the show? I
did
guess
the
the
new one drop
monster.
already? Did the new one drop? This is their jailhouse interviews, correct? They've
No,
called from
it's called
prison.
Monsters.
Yeah, I think they've called now from prison. I remember like when this played out in real time. You
Oh,
probably don't
really?
remember that.
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't think
yeah.
I was alive.
And then no, you were alive.
No? When did this happen?
Judge, can you Google the Menendez brothers?
I thought they were in jail for 35 years now.
35 years?
I thought that's what maybe I'm so off. I have no idea.
Wait.
Kiara,
So
can we
I
get back to
remember when they did this whole sit down interview with Barbara Walters, and like what you really felt from it at the time was these were just entitled, spoiled brats who were just shitty kids. Now the whole flip of it is no, apparently they
Yeah.
had been abused horribly in different ways, and
Yeah, but like, how
so
do we know? Because then
that's
in the documentary or in the show, I don't know if it's a documentary or show.
1993.
I was 4.
Yeah, and I was not 4.
No, but in the
Judge
show,
just goes, I was 8.
I love it. I love it, Judge. Me and you. No, but I like you, and even in the documentary, like they come out and they start saying this, you're like, oh my God, like you feel for them. But then there's like this, are they making it up? Are they not making up? But I feel like that's a really tough thing to like get all the emotions involved. I don't know. It's very interesting. Very
What
interesting.
I just want to take my phone right now and drive over it because Kiki just texted, I was not born. So I'm officially taking my phone and I'm dumping it in hot water.
One of the things that I loved about getting, fake boobs was that I didn't have to wear a bra. Like it felt good for the longest time. And then as of the past couple of years, it's been starting to kind of hurt. So I was on a scavenger hunt for the perfect bra because I really didn't like the underwire bras either. Well, that is when I found the Skims bras. Guys, these bras are seriously incredible. It feels like I'm wearing nothing, but I have the support I need. Right now, I'm loving the Fits Everybody t-shirt bra. I mean, again, you just like forget you have it on. But also the Skims Ultimate bra, it's got a little push up in there. It makes me feel sexy. So I love both of those right now. And they come in so many different colors that honestly, like if you wanted it to blend with your skin tone, they're going to have that. If you wanted to wear something real sexy, like a hot pink, they have that too. So shop Skims bras at skims.com, now available in 62 sizes, 30A to 46H. If you haven't yet, be sure to let them know that we sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey and select our show in the drop-down menu that follows.
Well, do you have an It's a Lot today?
I have I have like 15 of them.
Oh, great. Let's hear one at a time.
I will tell you, it really wasn't a lot because it was really cute. But Emma had her first sleepover.
Whoa.
Yeah, so we had a few of her friends spend the night here.
A few?
Yeah, they spent the night here. Yeah, on Friday.
How many? How many is a few? 3?
Two other friends.
A couple. Okay,
Yeah,
that's a couple.
who
It's
are
fine.
really cute, sweet girls, and I love their
Okay.
moms. And I was just like, I can't even remember how it came up, but I was just like, y'all just go have a night, like whatever. So we ordered pizza, we did s'mores, we did crafts, we did the whole thing. And then I thought, like, well, what time do I put them to bed? Like, Emma normally goes to bed like 7:30, like 8, sometimes 8:30. But on the weekend, and this was special, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try like 9 or 9:30.
Yeah. Okay.
And well, that didn't work. And so then now it's
Later
11.
than that?
Huh? Yeah, now it's 11 and they're still wide awake. And even though they're all in bed, they're in the bunk beds.
Oh.
But they're all talking to each other and like whatever. So eventually I'm like, I gotta go to bed. And they're in the bunk beds, they're in the room, they're all in their pajamas, each got their juice, a teddy bear, stuffy, I need this one, whatever. We go through the whole thing. And I would think it was like 4 a.m. They came in my room and they're like, "We're bored." And I'm like, "What?" They're
Wait,
like, "We've been up all night talking and now we need something else to do."
you're
It was
lying. They pulled an
no.
all-nighter at your house?
They pulled an all-nighter. And then the worst part was the next day we had the block party, which was like a whole thing. We have
What's
a
the block
block party. So like fire trucks come, the police, a face painter, balloons. It's for the kids. It's for all the kids who live on the block. The
I'm
parents bring
so
food.
sorry.
The
You
parents, yeah,
3
yeah.
kids at your house pulled an all-nighter?
Yeah, and then we had the block party, which has like 20 kids, and then the parents, and then we have wine, and then I passed out in my neighbor's recliner at like 11 at night because I was just toast. It was a lot, and I skipped soccer that day, and I felt really bad that I did because I was like, I shouldn't skip. Like you have a commitment, you're going, you have things, but they moved the day a day earlier, so I felt
Yeah.
like that's my out.
Yeah.
But I was just like, if I push soccer after having the sleepover, then soccer, then the block party, this kid's going to explode.
Okay, well, first of all, I have so many questions because I'll tell you one thing. I can never cancel soccer because we're half the team, and I wanted to
Yeah,
cancel today, and I couldn't.
yeah. I just
2,
couldn't because we moved the
did
block
those
party.
moms hate you
For what?
that their kids
Well,
stayed up all night?
well, here's my question. What am I supposed to do?
You gotta
Force
lay
them
the
to sleep?
you gotta lay the law down. You gotta say, I'm gonna
I
call your mom.
I felt like I was forceful enough
Clearly you
and
weren't.
told them they had to sleep. They kept moving beds. Like they'd be like, "Oh, we're all sleeping in this one bed,"
Oh
and then Emma
no.
would go to the top bunk, and then they'd go to the bottom bunk, and so I think they did get some sleep. But one of the girls, who's a real sweetheart, was like, "No, we talked all night." I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I can't hear them because my room is at the other end of the house from their room.
Uh-huh.
And so
Oh
they
man.
napped during the day.
Okay, well
Yeah,
that's at least good. I mean, I'm
yeah,
glad they napped, but like
yeah.
I'm way meaner than you. I would have walked in that room and said, the next person that steps foot on the ground trying to switch beds, I'm calling your mom. They're coming to pick you up.
Oh, well, that's a good tactic. I didn't think about that.
Oh yeah, threaten. Threaten
Yeah,
always.
yeah.
No. But like I feel like if you get firm with someone who's not your child, usually they listen pretty quickly.
Yeah, they were just so excited. It was so cute. Like the one mom was texting me pictures like the night before her daughter was packed. Like she had the suitcase packed. She was
Wait,
ready to
that's really
go.
cute.
They all had like they were just very, very excited.
Turns out now this mom is never gonna let her child back.
Never. And then I'm at the block party talking to my other friend, and she's like, you did the sleepover last night?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Are you crazy?" She's like, "They're too young." I'm like, "What do
They're
you mean?" She
young.
goes, "You don't do a sleepover till they're at least 8." And I'm like,
Oh, I don't
nobody
know.
told me that.
Oh, no, I don't think
So
so. I mean, I think it's
whatever.
honestly like your preference in a way. And like if the families trust you with their kids and their kids are at a point where they think that they can spend the night, like I don't think I would send my kids to spend the night right now because I think Hunter would be fine and maybe one of the twins, but like I also wouldn't want to put the parents in a position where they're up all night with my kids because they're scared or miss mom
Yeah.
or dad. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
would
I would
probably
feel that way
wait.
too.
But
Yeah.
we've had sleepovers, like people have come to our house.
Yeah.
And the first one we had was great. The second one was a fucking
I
disaster.
remember the second one. Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
a screaming kid in my bed. Every 15 minutes she'd wake up and scream and I'd have to calm her down. She'd fall asleep for It
No,
was
I didn't have any of
horrible.
that. And I'm usually up like somewhat like 5:30
Mm.
ish anyway, kind of whatever. And so I was just like, I'll just make coffee. And then by like 7:30, I was like, I thought to myself, oh no, I was in such a rush to get home the night before. I forgot to buy like pancakes and all that stuff. So I was like, do you guys want to go to the Coney and pick out anything you want for breakfast? And they're like, okay.
Oh.
So we just drove to the Coney, and then the guy working there, we were the only people in there. He felt so bad. He's like, wow. He's like, are these all yours? He's like, I thought you only had one. I'm like, well, technically they're mine right now. So whatever
love
everybody
that.
wants.
Oh, I
So it
bet they
was
had
cute.
so much fun. That's awesome.
I
I'm
will
proud
tell
of
you a
you.
really embarrassing story.
Okay, I'm in.
So I enjoy, and they're a sponsor of the podcast, the Factor Meals.
Oh, yes, they're great.
They're fantastic. The
Mhm.
code is morning after 50.
Yep. Let's go.
I use it. I use the code. I
Wait.
think they're
Okay. Did
I
they
used the
send you
code.
some? I
Huh?
thought
They
they just
sent me some when they first came out as a sponsor like a year
got it.
ago, and then
Okay.
but now I'm an ordering person like the
All
people.
done. Okay, like the people.
And so I hadn't had it delivered in quite a while. And I had just come from Target, where I was doing my Target 3 runs a day.
Mm-hmm.
And this lovely woman, as I was checking out, she was like, "Oh, Hank, she was very nice." She said, "Do you mind if we take a picture?" And so she got her phone out. We did a selfie, and I hate taking a selfie because my head's the size of I've got this gigantic head, and she
It
was
looks
this
better
like
with the backwards
dainty
hat.
little woman. Yeah, I just have this huge head. I can't help it. So, anyways, I come home right after that. And I'm in the driveway, and my hands are like full with kids stuff and Target stuff, and the factor truck pulls up. They have their own actual truck.
Yes, I do know that. It showed up at my
Okay,
house
I
as
didn't
well.
know that. I thought it was just like Amazon or whatever, or like UPS or whatever. So the
Uh-huh.
factor truck pulls up, and I'm all excited, but I'm also kind of annoyed because I already bought like salmon. Because did I buy salmon, Judge? Is that what I was making us? No, chicken. So I was like, all right, I just bought chicken, but now the factor truck is here. And
Wait, stop. Chicken.
yeah.
You're a pescatarian.
Well, this day I was eating chicken, yeah. So, but I'm
Okay,
still a pescatarian.
got it. All
So
right, continue.
the factory truck pulls up, and the guy has the box, and he sets the box down, and he's like, "Do you mind if I take a picture?" And I'm like, "No, of course." And so I go to grab his phone, and I like turn around to like get
I'm
next
dead.
to him. And I turn around to get next to him, and he's like, "Sir, I need a photo of the box in front of your house."
I'm crying.
I was so embarrassed. He clearly had no idea, like, not that people would need to know who I am, but I thought he was doing the thing that the woman from Target did. So I'm like trying to get my like head like to look normal because it's gigantic. And I'm like, I'm going to crouch down. I'm going to grab his phone. And he looked at me like I was an alien. And again, it's like one of those stories that like I want to tell people because it's so embarrassing, but I want to tell no one because it's so embarrassing.
Wait. So, okay. First of all, this is incredible.
It's so bad.
Did you take the phone from him for the selfie?
He held it up, and I went to grab it, and I said, "Oh, here, do you want to do a selfie?" And he's like, "What?" And he just looked at me. He's like, "No, I just need a picture of the box in front of your house." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So then I'm thinking to myself, he's probably driving away, like having no idea, like whatever.
Looking
And
up
it's like,
who the
why
guy
would
is.
this guy think I would want a picture with him?
I'm dead. But honestly, like,
It's so
how are you
embarrassing.
supposed to know?
It's so bad.
I love you so much for
And
that.
then I told Judge, and Judge, I mean, I felt like it was like, there's no way to recover from it. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, there's just no way to recover from it. So I'm just like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, is the box okay in front of my house? Like, does it look okay? My hands were full.
You know what? He is right. There is no recovery. Because, like, what do you say? You're like, oh, I'm so sorry. A woman at Target asked for my photo earlier. And so I was
And then
just
he's like,
sitting
why
there
does
like,
a woman at Target want your photo? And
exactly.
then I'm like, well, it all started at Central Michigan. I had the dreams of becoming a broadcaster. And now all these years later, I mean, like, what then? Then I have to explain what Help Me Hank is? And he's going to be like, what? Like,
He's going to be like, help me, Hank. That's good because you need help, Hank. You need help.
Yeah. And then I'm like, well, and I do this podcast on the side too. And have you ever heard of Kelly Stafford? And well, you remember Matthew. And then he's just, I mean, just like I could have stood there for an hour and a half. Like, what would the point be?
No, there would be no point. But I seriously love you so much for that because I don't know. That just, I could only imagine his thought process leaving your house.
I'm
like,
sure he went home and he's like this crazy man in just
Beverly
asked
Hills.
me to take a picture. Yeah, just asked me to take a picture with him, and I don't know why.
Oh God, that's so good. I love an embarrassing story. Those are my favorite.
It's just so humiliating.
Do y'all know how everyone is always like, check the labels on your food, check the labels on your food, even if it says organic, check the labels. This is why I love Thrive Market, because they already do that. And they even restrict 1,000 and more ingredients that are found at your conventional grocery stores. So you can shop with your family without worrying about what is in this food because they've already checked it. Y'all know I love Thrive for so many different reasons, but their mission really is to make healthy and sustainable living easy and affordable for everyone. So they just seek out the brands and products that follow ethical practices, including fair play and treatment for workers. Obviously, this goes a really long way with me. I love to support companies who are doing it right, and Thrive Market is doing that. Go to thrivemarket.com/morning for 30% off your first order plus a free $60 gift. That's THRIVE market.com/morning, thrivemarket.com/morning. Guys, this is the easiest way to shop for good for your family. You're also going to be saving money. So thrivemarket.com/morning.
We went to Universal this past week because my kids were on fall break.
That also just looks like a lot.
It was a lot, but it was so fun. How many effing breaks do these kids get? I feel like they don't go to school. It's ridiculous.
Oh, see, now I don't know anything about that because we're pretty consistent, but we get some times off. But here's my question about you going to Universal.
Yeah.
Do you go on what I saw when the Kardashians went and they have like a team of people with them who run them through everything so they don't have to be like us pedestrians and wait in line and like wait 30 minutes for a slice of pizza? Do you have like a concierge?
I have, yes. I scheduled the VIP.
And I've heard this, and this is true. This has really nothing to do with your celebrity status. I've heard if you have multiple children, if you can afford it, it's worth an investment. Because I've had friends who are very, maybe upper middle class who say like, we have spent the money when we've gone to Disney. We've stayed in a lesser hotel, but we've upgraded the experience to try to cut some of the lines. If you have like 3, 4, 5 kids,
not thoroughly.
You thoroughly agree.
I thoroughly agree. Now Disney VIP is really expensive. I will say that. Like it's a little crazy. But honestly, you're probably right. Like you stay in a cheaper hotel than like the ones that are Disney related. Probably the same price at the end of the day. The Universal one surprised me on pricing. It is way less than Disney, like significantly less. But
wow,
yes, we got to ride all the rides, and again,
and you love that.
I love a ride. I love
a ride.
And Universal is so cool because it's like more of an experience, like because it's like movies, so they really immerse you into these rides. It's not like roller coasters, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
it's an experience.
It's experiences, But so as we're walking through the fucking exits, I'm trying my best to be like, look to your right, please. Like, kids, this is real over here. Like, this is a very, very privileged thing you're getting to do right now. Cutting the lines. It like irks me to my core, but I'm also not waiting in lines.
No.
You know what I mean? Like I've done that as a kid.
Listen, girl, if I was you, I would have them move Universal to my backyard. Okay. Like I wouldn't even get on the 405. I'd be like, oh, this is what Universal is. It's these 10 tents that we have in our backyard.
I mean,
like, there's no way.
No. And I like, again, I don't want my kids thinking it's real life because it's not. But we did it. It was so fun. We rode everything. I do have a good bad hunty though. So we go to Jurassic Park. And there's this like mini raptor, by the way, insane, looks incredibly real. This guy's like holding it and controlling it somehow where the head will move. Like if a kid gets close, it'll like move towards it.
Oh my God.
Crazy. I'll share the video. It's wild. Okay. But then we go to the Jurassic Park ride, which is the water ride. I'm putting on a poncho because I'm like, fuck this. I don't want to get wet. So,
yeah.
And I used to hate people that wore ponchos, but you know what? Didn't care at this point.
Poncho's fine.
Putting on a poncho. I'm like, all right, you guys ready? I turn around. Hunter's nowhere to be found. We'd gone through the exits. So I'm like, where's Hunter? And everyone's looking around. I'm like, fuck. I run out the exit. I'm yelling her name. It's the worst feeling. And you guys know I've talked about Hunter. She's the one that I don't ever like. I'm trying. I took her to breakfast the other day, just her and I. But like, she is the one that's so easy and always just like doing everything right that I don't have to spend extra time with her or like worry about her. Well, and this is honestly like this happened to me a bunch. I always got left. And I laugh about it, but like looking back at it, I'm like, that sucks. Like to be like the forgotten one.
Yeah.
So like as I'm running screaming, I'm thinking to myself like, fuck, like it's Hunter. Like, of course it's Hunter because I just, I worry about everybody else and she's the last one I worry about. And I hate that. And so I'm running around. I'm almost on the verge of tears because I don't see her. And this is a busy ass park. Like anyone could have swiped her one. That's like obviously the first thought that comes to your head, like someone took her, or my head, like the worst possible scenario. So I'm running around. All of a sudden, I see like this little blonde standing next to a custodian at the park. And I go, oh, and I just like picked her up. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought you were with us. And she like had some tears in her eyes because I'm sure she was terrified. But I go, Hunter, you did the perfect thing. You found someone who worked here and you stood right next to them. Like she wasn't far from where the little raptor was.
But far enough.
And so like, again, I was like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, it's okay, mommy. And I was like, no, it's not okay. Like I should always look around and make sure I have all of you. But I want to, like, you did the perfect thing, finding someone who works here and just stay put. Like I'm very proud of you and I'm so sorry. But I was like, out of all the children that it could have happened to.
And I know we have to wrap, but I love our community. So I do want to ask a question because you do know that I also had a little, Emma kind of wandered. I'm not getting into that story.
Yeah.
Air tags. What do we think? Like what do parents do to monitor their kids? So I don't want to get like too technologically advanced on this. Like people are like, put a chip on her shoes. She wears different shoes every 5 minutes. So I'm just curious what people do, if they do anything. Let us know. Because especially if you're out in a venue like that.
Yes.
Do you do that stuff? So, but so I'm coming to LA. Are you ready for me, Kelly B?
I'm so ready for you to come to LA. I'm so excited.
I'm excited.
I want this show to sell out because I want our entire tour to sell out because we've sold out everything so far. We've sold out Atlanta. New York's kind of far off. So I'm hoping to sell out that. Detroit, we sold out. Like I really want it to sell out. I really want people to show up. It's so much fun. It's literally cocktails before dinner. Like you can't get better. The venue's really awesome. It is one of those like nostalgic venues. So if you haven't been, it's pretty cool to go. But yeah, it's Hank and I. It's fun. Also, Matthew's mom will be there. My parents will be there. So if you don't come for us, I don't know, you can come for them. But no, I'm so excited for you coming out here. I'm hoping we can put a win together for you on Sunday too.
That's right. I forget I get to go to a game too. So yes, Saturday the 19th at the Improv, 3:00. It will be a blast.
Yes. Also, if you are a timeout listener, you got this earlier, but the merch has dropped. Limited merch. It's very, very limited. So if you want it, go. There's already things that are sold out, and I'm so sorry. We will be dropping limited merch drops every now and then. So it's not going to be a ton of stuff. If you want it, you just got to go get it quickly. What's that website?
I bought the trucker hat. I know you think I'm crazy when I buy like this.
Why would you?
Because I do. I'm just a consumer like everybody else. And it's a lot trucker hat. And I think it's awesome.
Yes. Well, the merch is at www.tmamerch.com. Again, super limited. If you guys are going to rate us, well, don't rate us unless you're going to rate us 5 stars. Leave a comment, tell us criticisms, things we're doing well. We always want to make sure you guys are happy on the other side of this. I love being real with y'all. It makes me feel better when I can get things out in the open off my chest. So thank you again for tuning in. LA people, show up. I promise it'll be fun. And yeah, everyone have a great rest of your week and praying for all of Florida, anyone that's impacted by this hurricane coming through. That's really where I'm going to leave it because that's the most important thing right now. So,
yep, I agree.
All right. Have a splash.
Make a splash.
That might have been opposite, but you guys get it. Bye, y'all.